Bonjour, je m'appelle Foxy and welcome to the French Revolution. We are finally back with the French Revolution. It's been a long time since I've actually recorded a French Revolution video, and as you can see, we are back in full swing where we are still in Season 1 because I am the most consistent F1 YouTuber of all time. I'm really not. I don't even class myself as an F1 YouTuber anymore, but we're going off topic. Right, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, you know what you got to do. You got to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this series that I do. Basically, I'm taking Alpine to the top because they can't do it themselves, so I'll do it for them, you know what I'm saying? So, basically, we've got a brand new rival on the track. That is McLaren, as you can see. They have been buffed. Now, this is what I mean. I haven't played this game since the new update came out, when McLaren literally got a big boosty, and yet no one else did. So, a bit weird that they did a performance update for one team and just didn't do everyone, but there we are. So, this is how the championship standings or performance chart looks now. It's McLaren, Red Bull, Alpine, Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Haas, Williams, Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri. And then here is the championship standings. In fact, there's the season results. Have some of those, you know, take it all in. We're on a podium streak right now that stretches back to Spain. We're here for the Dutch Grand Prix. I haven't raced in about 18 months. I feel like Daniel Ricciardo returning after smashing his hand. In fact, we're going to that circuit now. So hopefully we can have a good session. And if we do crash into the barriers, we can remember to take our hands off the steering wheel before so, in order to avoid snapping my wrist. Let's do this. I just realised how offended some people are going to be like, how dare you talk about Ricciardo like this? Oh, it's full wet, by the way. As you can clearly see, you know, it's very, very soggy out there, you know what I'm saying? Alright, Hamilton set to 120.1. Where can I go in all of that? That's a little bit faster. There we go then. Only the one run for myself in Q1 gets us safely through into the second part of qualifying. And I believe Gasly is through. What a lovely human being. Who's been knocked out? Anyone special? Lance Stroll and Sargent. That's about right. Obviously, by the way, for those that are going to be confused, unless you probably already know before I'm even explaining this, obviously, yes, I know Daniel Ricciardo is in the game, but he's only in the game for those that have fresh career mode save. So as mine's an ongoing one, I've still got Nick De Vries, and in my eyes, De Vries is the GOAT, and he wouldn't break his hand in a crash because he's done it more times than Ricciardo, so in my eyes, he's better. Just warming up your tyres, nothing to see there. Alright, this will be a better lap. First lap was horrible. Second lap takes us fastest, nice to see. Struggling with overheating on the front tyres though. I don't know if they're showing it, there they are. All massively overheating, so that's good to note for the race because the race is due to be wet, so we're going to have to turn the pressures down a little bit and make sure that we don't overheat because then we'll understeer. We could go into the wall and break our hand like Daniel Ricciardo did. Right, we are through safely into the final part of qualifying, and that was pretty close, wasn't it? Jeez, half a tenth separating the top five. Fascinating. Okay, Oscar Piastri knocked out in the fastest car on the grid, which is a real shame. But at the end of the day, like I've said before, you know, at least he's actually an Australian that can drive because both of his hands function. Apart from that, we are through. We are fastest. We are rapid, but we need to tone the tyre pressures because we're overheating. If anyone needed some expert advice, by the way, that's not how you take a corner. I was trying to recover it, hence why I didn't speak. Right then, we actually have a clean lap on the board. Where's this lap going to put us? Into the 17s. God, I'm overpowered. You know when you look at a leaderboard and you think, yeah, that's not what you thought it would be. You know, considering Q1 was kind of close. Q2 was less than a tenth between the top five. And I pump in a lap like that, and all of a sudden I'm 1.3 seconds faster than everybody. Cheers, timer. There's a slight discrepancy in terms of pace there. It must be said, yes. Oh, well, I don't care. I'm satisfied. Oh, you love to see it. We've gone from wet condition, inters, to wet. So it's going to be a very wet Grand Prix around here. It's going to get wet. So as you can see, we are obviously on pole position though. But the main aim is obviously to win the Grand Prix, to keep the car on the track, and obviously not to slide into the wall and break my hand. So without further ado, let's get into this. and hopefully have a good result. So let's get these 5 lights going, play the clip.
And it's lights out and away we go!
And that's probably one of the smoothest starts to a Grand Prix I think I've ever had in my life. What? Squeaky bum time. First lap of the race complete. Struggling a little bit as we get used to the wet conditions, but obviously everyone is using ERS to their maximum at the moment, so by about lap 3 onwards, we'll be able to get a better understanding of where the grid is in terms of pace. We're motoring now. Gap now 2 seconds after the lap, and we are pushing very well. Oh my god! I get hella crossed up at the moment. Oh my...
Many poos shot out of my A-line!
Oh, I have my overtake button on. No wonder I just had an absolute slapper of my tanks.
Okay, it could be a risk with the circuit this greasy, but we think the slick might now be the quicker tyre. If you think you can keep it on the road, let's consider swapping over.
Are you taking the piss? Yeah, let me just quickly analyse that and go with your thoughts and feelings and rock slick tyres in wet conditions. You absolute moron of a human being. Right, Science has picked up the pace. My tyres have completely overheated, so we're going to box. I don't want to be on these tyres anymore. I'm going to lose track position, but I just feel like it's intermediate tyre conditions. My tyres are overheating. It might just be an issue that I've got, but I've got to take the gamble on it. If they stay out, then they stay out. That's fine. I just don't think the tyres are working anymore, so this is an opportunity. We'll have a bit of space. Hopefully we can get out in front of these geezers. We probably won't, will we? No, I don't think we will. No, we won't. Great. Kind of answers my question, really. If Bottas is going to do that slowly, my personal best was a 23.5. We're going to smash that with a 22.6. We are on the right tyres now. We just need to... Hello. Bye-bye.
Now, can we just already stop about this?
I was about to say, pass the drivers. We don't need to. Now, how's Max managed to spin in full wet tyres when it's Inter's conditions? Unless he has genuinely just overheated his tyres. But that is my championship rival. And as I said before, he cannot handle the Fox. Alright, it's a virtual safety car, but I've been brake checked then by Hamilton. The question is, will people pit now under the VSC and ruin my life? Okay, it's ending, which is brilliant, because it means that we will have a great restart like that. Get past these two. And if anybody pits now, they'll lose their full time. They're not. I think they're committing to just staying out on the wets. That's fine. I'll just hunt them down. Make the race a bit entertaining for you. Entertaining? That's a new one. Oh, everything's a bit cold on my tyres and my brakes. Ta-da, mate. Ta-da. 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 Perez pits. Sainz pits. Russell pits. Fast lap of the race.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
That's a bit deep. Nearly worked.
Pierre is in the pits.
Wait, have they given... this shows how much of a novice I am to this game. I didn't realise that they put this, the Italian Grand Prix livery on the Ferrari in the game. Okay, Lando, you are my last victim. We've made a bit of contact there. Nothing serious, though.
No investigation necessary.
I have a fake yellow flag. Looks like the Aston, I think, in front of Gasly. I think he's got a problem. Or is it Gasly himself? I don't know. Oh, no, it's Hamilton. Hamilton looks like he's stopping. He is. He has stopped.
Oh, no, no!
I don't see any smoke coming out of the back of the Mercedes. Oh, maybe there is. Yeah, there is. Definitely smoke out of the back of the Mercedes engine there. That's a shame for him. He's parked it up right next to the wall there in a sensible position. At least he'll be able to get out of his car with both his hands, unlike Ricciardo. By the way, crashed here. There's a slight difference to where I'm taking my track there. Oh, I've literally done nothing all Grand Prix. But it looks like Sainz has bottled it, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is then down the straight. What's he done wrong then? Has he just spun it into the first corner? Going in towards the first corner, and he's probably going to drop it now on the entry. Yes, he is doing just that exactly what Verstappen did. And Perez says thank you very much. Leclerc says thank you very much. Everybody says thank you very much.
So many mistakes I'm gonna do. Yeah, you are too quick, guy. Calm down.
Here we are then. Round the final corner. I'm pushing for a fastest lap at the same time. Track is improving. As we come to the line, we cross it then. to win the Dutch Grand Prix, and we set a 19.5, which I don't know. Well, yeah, say the track just massively improved then from being in the 21s. Everyone was then lapping in the 20s. We've dipped into the 19s, but whether that's enough for the outright fastest lap, I don't know. We'll find out in just a second. At least they're all happy. Look at them. They're having a lovely time. They've been reunited with me. We're jumping around celebrating like we're a bunch of geezers. Charles Leclerc with his smexy helmet on, also on the podium. That's just a weird one. It's like all the special liveries have been brought out by teams this year. Every single one of them has just been unlock them in my world or whatever, it's F1 world, and use it on the, you know, the basic FOM car. But for some reason, Ferraris gets it on their actual car. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just put it on the actual car and then let us PC modders just nick it. But anyway, we win the Grand Prix. We don't care about that because you're going to all hear me very loudly. Right, well, here is the final race results. My fastest lap in the end did actually stand with my 1:19.5. In fairness, I literally did save my entire battery for the final lap to really go for it. Leclerc did improve, so he set a 20.2, but in the end, my fastest lap was brilliant. Overall, it was actually quite an even race, even though I won by 15 seconds, because, you know, in the stint on the intermediate tyres, the gap between myself and Sainz was around about 15 seconds, dropped to about 11. He obviously spun, and then we built this up. And then the previous stint, the gap was 3 seconds. So really, it was actually fairly matched. But in the end, you know, we made the undercut work beautifully. And from then on in, we had the gap. So we maybe lost a bit of concentration from cruising. But Leclerc finishes in third. It's Norris that finishes in fourth ahead of Russell, who had some kind of mechanical problem. Alonso, Gasly picking up a place. Sainz in 8th. Piastri in 9th. And then also Bottas finishing in 10th. The non-scorers are, as you can see, Verstappen obviously spinning and finishing, well, last of the runners. And then Hamilton with the DNF. In terms of the championship and how that switches things up, it means we have a 46-point lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship. We're aiming to win it this season, and we're doing a good job of keeping it that way. Perez is third ahead of Russell, Leclerc and Hamilton. Pretty much the top 6 are all within a chance of winning the championship. Sainz onwards looks a little bit too unrealistic. Constructors' Championship-wise, though, we're 59 points behind Red Bull. We jump in front of Ferrari after this race, and that's key because we're going to still pump upgrades onto this car because I still think we can beat Red Bull and just complete the double in the first season. Yes, I know it's only one season, but I've increased my resources and everything because I like short and snappy series, especially these type of ones, because it just bowls me otherwise when I'm going on for about 20 years. But that is job done. Just had I sat away from my TV, my chair. Just had an upgrade come onto the car, and I think it was for the tyre wear for a heavy damper. Yeah, it was. So that means we've pretty much done tyre wear now. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We can't do anything there. We have to do the engine cover to unlock the hydraulics, which will basically unlock the rest. Chassis side of things. Is there anything that we can do that would arrive before that point? So if I did the DRS, that unlocks Venturi tunnels, which are over here for rear downforce. And then, right, let's have a look at what we're weakest at. So we're strong in the power unit side of things. We can obviously do another one for the ERS, which then unlocks the exhaust, wasn't it? Yeah, so that means that we can actually put power on. So we'll probably end up doing this, I think. So we can unlock that section, because we can't put any more raw power onto the car. We could do the engine cover, and that would get on in time for the Singapore Grand Prix. In terms of the chassis side of things, we are top there. It's got to be aerodynamics. We're very far behind. McLaren are the fastest, so we will work on this section. So we're going to bring a rear downforce, which I'm going to chance a rush upgrade. No, we won't. Let's play it by the book. Let's get a rear downforce ready. Get front downforce, hopefully then in time. Oh, it's going to be nip and tuck to get it on time for the Japanese Grand Prix, but we'll wing it and see if we can get a double of that, and then, yeah, work it from there, really. But that is going to be it for this French Revolution episode. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well, and I will see you guys next time for the Italian Grand Prix in 6 months' time. Take care, all.